Look at those things. Cod chips.
That is on Chewy.com. Those are animal treats.
You know what?
It's on Chewy.com. Tyler had a real, an almost ethical debate with me one day about Uber Eats. You're too cultured.
I'm almost 32 years old, and I've never had Taco Bell. And
You're
I
not
will
from
die
here,
before I go to
You're too
Taco
cultured,
Bell.
and that's why you guys don't eat. And that's what the problem is.
Oh, so pretty. I think we're live.
Oh, that was it? Okay.
Hey, baby.
Well, that's it. We're here. We're out here. Thank you for joining us. Salt of the Streets pre-show, episode 61?
61.
Wow.
Weird.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for joining us. My name is Donovan.
And I'm Colin.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
I was too busy counting.
Jesus. Yeah.
It's like my new favorite thing.
Today is Saturday. It's the 15th. It's June. We got our aminos cracking. I'm taking my vitamins because I did not take them with breakfast this morning. Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Yep. So I got my 2 fish oils. I took one already, but there's the maca pill right there. There's that B12 complex I was talking about. That's a probiotic. So we're balling. We're out here.
We out here.
Grandma was watching. Thank you, Grandma, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Yep, that's it. That's all of them. So this week we got a huge show. I'm hitting all of them right now. We're going to talk, some Sarah Sanders, right? Because Sarah Sanders, the press secretary, she stepped down. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk some increasing tensions with Iran this week.
Word.
We're going to talk some tension with Bill Barr and the Commerce Secretary, Wilbur Ross, right? Because there's some subpoenas and some hearings that happened. Hope Hicks also. Do you want to talk Michael Flynn? Lots of governmental figures. There's lots of stuff that happened on the 12th and the 13th. Those were big days, I found out after writing on all these dates.
Big days.
Yeah. It's going to be a fantastic week, I think. It's great. We're balling. It's crazy. Yeah, it's going to be a grab bag show. We're not going to talk about any of that stuff too heavily. We have lots of other stuff that we're going to talk about. So, like I said, big grab bag show. It's fantastic. We had a good night last night. We hung out at Jake and Morgan's house. Shout out Jake and Morgan.
Cheers.
It was a really good time. Baby did really good there. Everyone loves the baby.
He's always a crowd pleaser.
He's a good boy.
He is.
He's a good baby. Yeah, happy. Let's see. What do we
Extremely
have
well behaved.
Yes.
Last night.
Yeah, he's really good. He had a really hard time sleeping. He's just a shitty sleeper, and he's becoming much more aware of his surroundings, So if he opens his eyes while he's asleep, he sees something to latch onto and then won't fall back asleep like he used to, even just like a week ago.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to put something over his eyes. So we bought a hat that has a flip down
flapper?
Visor thing, to cover his eyes while he's sleeping so that he can't see shit.
Sleeping mask.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
It makes sense to me. Especially because babies, the way they, like you said, they fixate on something.
Yes.
It's what is that board?
Yeah.
I've never noticed that board before. What is that? What is a board?
Especially lights and stuff, So if there's a crack in the curtains or you left one of the lamps on or something and he's able to see that, he's like, that's it. And here I am. I'm awake now.
Oh, yeah. Because he's there's the light at the end of the tunnel. Just like the light at the end of the tunnel that I just came out of.
I just did this not too long ago.
It's am I going to go that way? Am I supposed to go that way?
Yeah. Yeah. No, he has a serious. Jordan says he doesn't want to miss anything. That's what Jordan's grandma just said. He doesn't want to miss anything. He's just, that's it. It's all right there.
His father's son. What can I say? Doesn't want to miss a thing. Keeping his eyes wide open.
I did a really funny thing this week that I did not think was so funny, but because Jordan's always telling me how I sleep really hard now that I work so much, right? I'm up for a long time. So when I'm sleeping really hard, right? So I woke up the night, she sent me to bed, and then I woke up 45 minutes later. He was crying. And so I came out and she was getting ready to take him to bed. And she's like, why don't you put a diaper on him and then I'll go and I'll, do this other shit. And then we'll take him to bed and everything will be good. So I did that. I put the diaper on all that shit. And then we woke up the next morning and she was talking to me about it and about how hard I sleep. She's like, you sleep so hard that you put 2 diapers on him last night. And I said, what? And she said, yeah, you you undid the diaper he had on, but you didn't pull it off of him. So you slid the second diaper underneath and attached the front part of the second diaper to the back part of the first diaper. So when I went to change his diaper, he had 2 diapers loosely hanging to each other that were both soiled. Yeah. Because not shitty, but he just So
he soiled himself.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
do. You know, it's just soaked it all up. So like it was fine. But yeah, he had 2 diapers kind of stuck.
Oh, that's
stuff. So
sleep deprivation, baby.
Yeah. And she was telling me, she's like, you'll wake up, you know, and like ask me like, do you need anything? You know, I'm just like, but you'll immediately afterwards you're snoring again. You know, she's like, so I don't know that you're really awake. And I'm like, no, I remember waking up and saying that, but I'm also sleeping. So if you don't say anything, I'm gonna go right back the fuck to sleep. Like I don't, you know, just it's only needed for like right there. So that's you know, it's the little things. So
I can't. That was.
Yeah, before we continue, I do need you to tell me what you ate before I got here. Because all I've seen you consume is aminos and fucking habanero cider.
Dude, this habanero cider is on extra point today.
The haba cider.
I got, you know, kind of my... I think everything I eat on Saturday I always call my usual, but it's just I just had some hash browns, some eggies, bacon.
Yeah. That's what I have too.
But I ate late,
brown sausage eggs.
Which was nice. It was probably like 11 o'clock by the time I was like done eating.
That is nice.
So I'm actually still like super full at this point in time.
Good. Hold you over until the end of the show.
Yeah, so no passing out today, baby.
So I realized a pet peeve that I have this week, right? I'm just on the growing list of pet peeves that I have for people. And it's when people tell me that something is just like inherently bad for you. Right. So I was talking.
It's just inherently bad for you.
I was talking to Dave this week, and like food specifically for the most part. Right. So, and Dave is like, oh, I've been, you know, not eating sugar and fucking like whatever and all this stuff. And it's like, and, you know, no potatoes ever and blah, blah. And I was like, why no potatoes? And he's like, because potatoes are bad for you.
They're bad
for you, bro. Well, that's not true. Like, don't say that to me because that's not true. Like, certainly a mashed potato is not that good for you. A French fry is not very good for you. But a fucking baked potato is not bad for you. There's a whole fucking diet of people eating nothing but baked potatoes for like weeks at a time. Like, that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me a potato is just bad for you. Like, that's not...
There's like an entire country that fled their home because there was no more potatoes to eat.
Potatoes are not bad for you.
The potato famine. The great potato famine.
And especially depending on where you're from, that's going to affect like how a potato affects you. You know what I'm saying? If you come from a land where they're not eating starches and potatoes very often, then like you're going to eat a shitload of potatoes that might make you fat. But if you're fucking like fully Irish, you eat potatoes all fucking day and you're going to be just fine. You know, like nothing is going to, like, it's not going to be that, I don't know.
That's fucking racist.
I thought I thought that it was weird, you know?
No, there's certainly truth to your genetic background and everything being directly tied to your dietary needs.
Yes.
So a potato is 100 on an average, one medium potato, 2 1/4 inch by 3 1/4 inch in diameter, 163 calories, 39 milligrams of sodium, 897 milligrams of potassium, 37 grams of carbs, and you got the 4.7 grams dietary fiber, 1.7 grams of sugar, 4.6 grams of protein. I mean, it doesn't seem like that bad unless you're somebody that has a, you know, bad deal with the carbs.
Especially if you have a baked potato and then you cool it down, the fiber goes way the fuck up. Like it's way better for you if you let it cool down first and then eat it. And I'm not sure.
Fucking molecular chemistry and shit.
Yeah, some weird shit about a potato. But I fuck with potatoes in a major way, you know? And I didn't like that Dave was just, I love Dave, but the guy's eating fucking sheets of seaweed and he's like, potatoes are bad for you. Like, fuck you, Dave. Potatoes are not just bad for you. You know what I'm saying?
Z-Man Dave?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Was Z-Man the one that introduced us to those Icelandic cod chips?
Yes, that nasty shit.
Nah, dude, those are not bad.
Gross, dude.
They are.
What was that called? Do you remember?
Oh shit, I don't remember what they're called.
I would like to go.
But they're just little fish cake patty things.
Yeah, I would do I would go on a cruise, you know. And would you go on a cruise? Have you ever been on a cruise before?
I have never been on a cruise.
No, but you would go on a cruise.
I think I would. I have a lot of fundamental like problems with it, but I definitely want to go on a cruise.
Okay, hold on to that because I really want to know about that. Would you want to go somewhere hot or like to like Alaska or like Tyler went on like a cruise to fucking Iceland or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Would you do
fucking A?
You would rather do that than a hot place cruise?
Not necessarily. I mean, I just want to do like cruise. And so I'm doing like a summer Alaska cruise out of Seattle because it's close. I don't have to fly somewhere. That whole arrangement is just not. I don't want to fly somewhere to get on a fucking boat.
Yeah.
You know, that's not. I've done that before.
And I would love to go on an Alaska cruise. You know what I'm saying?
Especially because I used to live there, and so like I know what Alaska is. Yeah. And in the fucking summertime, it is like the most beautiful place on the face of the planet.
So
it is insane.
Before you
look at those things, cod chips.
That is on Chewy.com. Those are animal treats.
You know what?
It's on Chewy.com.
Oh my God, it is.
Those are dog treats, dog.
You know what's funny?
Those are dog treats.
Okay, they do say
to look up the name of this nasty fish shit that fucking old man Dave likes to eat, and he's like, here it is, Chewy.com, dog treats.
Dude, I guarantee you that they're probably the exact same thing.
That's the same
There's
thing.
There's more dogs. I know. What the fuck's going on here?
I don't know.
There's some kind of embargo against Icelandic cod chips.
It's because it's gross. And he's always eating like dried squid, you know, and like shit like that. And he's like, this is delicious. Like, no, dude.
Where's Kevin at here? Where's the father-in-law? He's over in Japan. He probably getting down on some dried seaweed and some dried little shrimpy snack things. Oh, yeah. Carolina is obsessed with all those.
He went to fucking Denny's in Japan, you know, and all the shit's like way different. And
I bet that's a mind
And
fuck.
so he was saying that like they have a Grand Slam, but it's not anywhere near like the same thing, right? So I totally understand that when I hope I haven't talked about this before, but I totally understand that when you have a restaurant in a different country, like things are going to be different there.
Oh, yeah.
But when you're talking about a Denny's and you're going to have something called a Grand Slam, like why would it be something different than what you have in America? Even if everything else is different, if it's the Grand Slam, like the Denny's Grand Slam, you know, is what it is.
Maybe it's the baseball tie.
And I don't know exactly what it consists of because I don't frequent Denny's often enough to know off the top what is in a Grand Slam, right?
What's the origin of the Denny's Grand Slam?
But it seems strange to me. Like, why don't just not have it at all? Because no one would fucking know. You know, they'll know that Denny's is an American restaurant, but they're not going to know, like, well, where's the Grand Slam on my fucking menu? Like, they're not even going to know. And I don't know. It also seems like part of it maybe this is just some uncultured American shit, you know, but it seems like part of the idea of eating in an American restaurant is to eat American fucking food, right? So have at least one thing that's like actually American food.
The original Grand Slam at Denny's is the Grand Slam Slugger, buttermilk pancakes, eggs, bacon strips, and sausage links served with hash browns or choice of bread plus coffee and juice.
Boom.
So it's like your standard
like
American-ishy breakfast or whatever.
That's my cousin Tatiana, her boyfriend Adon, the one that's in the Coast Guard that I was telling you about. He's watching
Shout
right
out,
now.
Coasty.
Yep, he said Grand Slam is pancakes and French toast.
Ooh,
but I think they probably have several different ones. But that's the OG, like that's
like the original Grand Slam. Yeah,
and Denny's is pretty cheap to eat at too, and I fuck with Denny's. There was a couple years in a row when I went to Denny's for my birthday for breakfast because I used to go to McDonald's breakfast every year for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
When you had to wake up early, I would make motherfuckers wake up early and go to McDonald's breakfast with me. And then they started doing it whenever you want, you know, all day breakfast to McDonald's. And I was like, this isn't special anymore because I can get it whenever I want. So
people were super pissed about that. When they went all day, they were like, no, you're devastating an institution here, guys.
Yeah. Well, and the thing was, the fucking stupid thing was that I, for so long, was like, if McDonald's was doing breakfast all day, they'd be making fucking stacks, you know? And they started making breakfast all day. And I'm like, I don't want fucking McDonald's breakfast all day. Like, I liked it because I could only get it in the morning, you know? I was like frustrated that they did it all day, but that's what I wanted for so long was breakfast all day from McDonald's. But now I'm like, no, I should have to fucking like earn it. You know,
I have to earn. I'm gonna get up and earn my McDonald's breakfast.
That's how I feel about like Uber Eats and shit. You know, like Tyler had a real like an almost ethical debate with me one day about Uber Eats and was like, well, why is this any different? Because I told him, if I'm going to have fucking McDonald's or Jack in the Box, some stupid shit, I feel like I should at least have to go and get it. You know, if I'm not going to cook it, I'm not going to, probably not even going to get out of my car, you know, I'm going to drive through. I should at least have to go and get it, you know, for it to be delivered to my home feels really not good to me. And he's like, well, like, why is it any different than pizza? And I said, because that's a service that those pizza places offer already. Like, that's like, it's built into the pizza place, you know?
Okay.
But I don't want to hire a third party to go and pick up my food that I'm not making to bring it to me. Like, that just
So you're not down with Postmates? Postmates will go and like to any restaurant they have these things with or whatever, and you go and you can order food from them, they'll go and pick it up and bring it to you.
And Postmates will bring you anything though. Like Postmates will go even into a Walmart and pick up a fucking phone charger for you and bring it to your house. Right. Postmates will do weird shit. So it's like Grubhub and Uber Eats. Like, and I'm not saying people shouldn't do them. It's a personal moral, thing I have with them that like, if I'm going to get food that, like I said, I'm not making, that I had all I'm doing is paying for, I should at least have to go and get it. You know, I don't think that someone should bring it to me.
Fucking premium rush, dude. Have you ever seen this Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie?
I know what you're talking about, but I've not seen it.
But this was like, it's like a thing in New York, and it used to be a real big thing, but
yeah.
It was, these just random delivery services that people would like, you could go drop off a package of anything and say, hey, I need this delivered to this person at this place in the city. And they'll fucking jump on their bikes and then just go deliver it.
For a nominal fee
Exactly.
That's really strange.
But that movie is one of the best movies I've ever seen. It is so good. It's all about fixie bikes. So like there's no brakes, no gears, just a single.
You're just fucking cooking the whole time.
Dude. So it's mad dangerous.
Morgan said, Uber Eats is life. So that's what I miss most about living in Kirkland. Is that besides missing my mom? That's adorable.
That breaks my heart.
Like, I would never tell anyone they shouldn't get Uber Eats. It's just a personal, and I'm more cool with like, if you're gonna order shit from a sit down restaurant, you know, like you would have to go and get that and like get out of your car and shit. So that I can kind of understand more because
that's
maybe it's a food quality thing. You know, like if you're eating like real fast food, like you should go and get that shit. You know, like you should.
You're just go trying to fat shame people here, Don.
And that's personal. Like that's what I'm saying. It's a personal. I would never put that on anyone else. It's a personal deal that I'm like, if I'm gonna do that, I should have to at least go and get it.
I'm gonna judge the shit out of you for saying that. But I also agree with you.
And Tyler was really trying to convince me, like, no. Like, you need to Uber Eats and blah, blah, blah. Because he was like, his example was he was working with Dan in his attic. They were like doing new insulation or some shit like that. And he was, and I wanted teriyaki, but I didn't want to like go and get it. And I'm like, that's fine, but you still stopped to sit down and eat that food, right? Because you certainly weren't doing insulation while eating chicken teriyaki. Like,
I took a lunch break, man.
So take 10 extra minutes, call it in, go and pick it up because it'll be ready when you get there.
I mean, if you're like working and you got a 30-minute lunch break, that's a way to maybe cheat the system.
But he's at his house.
Yeah, it's just fucking first world problems, dude.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I would never that's your own personal shit. But I have never used Uber Eats. And I won't.
So I think your position on Uber Eats is something relatively similar to my problem with cruises.
Yeah. So what's
my aversion to cruises is the fact that if it's one thing to be stuck on a ship with a bunch of professional sailors who know what they're doing and know how important things like personal hygiene are and stuff like that, because you are in an isolated, like, quarantine situation when you're on a boat. Now you're... What's up?
Don said Uber Eats is clutch when you're drunk.
Hell, yeah, I can definitely see that.
Or hungover, I can see where that's... But even then, I'm like, no, I got mad fucked up last night. Like, I should I got to make myself go and get this, you know?
Dude, what if you're like violently hungover and movement will just make you puke, but you got to eat because now you're puking.
Yeah.
It's this vicious cycle. I got to get in my car. I got to drive, but I can't do that without losing all my lunch or my breakfast or my brunch because you're hungover as fuck. So you eat brunch. You have some mimosas or a Bloody Mary or a mimosa and a Bloody Mary. And now you can't drive anyway, so you got to call Uber Eats.
And I feel like on those days, I would usually rather go and sit down somewhere and eat anyway. You know? Like I would rather go to like a diner or breakfast place to a Denny's.
Okay, so next weekend, you need to ask, because next week Jake's will be on the podcast.
Jakey.
And possibly Morgan, I think. Probably. But you need to ask Jacob about...
Jordan said that's why he has me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, but I didn't want to put that on anyone else. Like, well, that's what my wife is for, you know, because it's like, someone's like, well, that's fucked up. But that's what my wife would do for me. If I got fucked up last night, she'd be like, do you want me to go and get this? You know, I'll go and get Olive Garden if you want to call
You are married to such a classy lady,
Dude,
man. She takes such good care of you.
Fantastic wife, fantastic mother. I could not ask for anybody else.
Watching her last night in full motherhood mode, man. Dude. She is the definition of a natural mother.
She's like, oh, you want to drink beer and fucking make people laugh? That's cool. I'll watch your child.
Yeah.
You know, I'll do that. Like, she
every
takes
week.
too good care of me.
Exactly.
Every week, exactly. Every week for me to do something that, that doesn't, we're not earning money. We're not fucking.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's great. So tell me about your cruise, and then we'll get the fuck out of here.
So my cruise problem is, like I said, you are stuck there on this boat, completely isolated from everything and everyone, with no way to get in or out. You're there, and now you're stuck with thousands of fucking dumbasses. And what happens if somebody shows up to the cruise with the flu because they're stupid and they contaminated everybody on their fucking plane ride over? Now they're contaminating everybody on the fucking ship. Now everybody gets the fucking flu, or you get food poisoning because it happens every now and again. Whole cruises will have to throw out all their food and people be on fucking survival rations for 2 weeks because the food is fucking tainted and they got to get to a port somewhere. It's that's the kind of shit that I would worry about and makes me hesitant to go on a cruise, even though I will go on a cruise because it seems like a really fun time. You
would do it?
Yeah, I'm totally on board with that.
Well, and that's why if we went to Alaska, we're going to make a couple of stops. We're not going to be 2 weeks in between somewhere. So if we're on survival rations, it's only for a day or two. We'll be all right, I think.
Dude, I'll eat fucking freeze-dried camp meals for 3-4 weeks and be very happy about it. So that I would not hate that. Worst case scenario.
I've never had an MRE before, but I've never heard anything really good about it.
So I got a few employees, right? And they decided that it would be great if on their last payday, they decided they're going to order online a bunch of fucking MREs to eat. And that is their lunches that they bring to work.
It's so stupid.
And so they're
cheaper than shit, right?
I mean, they're not that cheap. It's probably $7 a meal maybe or something.
So you're saving a little bit of money.
Maybe.
Because if you
if you were to buy the sandwich making stuff and make yourself sandwiches every day, you're paying pennies on the dollar compared to somebody that goes out and buys lunch every day.
And I guess that's what I'm thinking is they're probably buying lunch more often than bringing it with them if they're buying MREs to bring.
Yeah.
Right? So even if I go to fucking Burger King, and get 20 nuggets and some fries and a drink.
That's a lot of nugs.
It's hey, dude, I'm trying to be full. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And generally, I'll have a couple left and give them to case bowls, at lunch. Because that is a lot to eat at lunch. That's more of a dinner-sized meal, But so I'll have a couple left and I'll give them to case bowls because Casey, I don't know, he will only eat when he's at work pretty much, but he eats so much when he's at work, And
oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's a strange... Casey leads a weird life.
He's a strange kid, and we love him.
Who he is as a person, yeah. So, but I don't know. Like I said, that's $8, $8.50. So
yeah.
That's only $1 that you're saving per meal for something.
Oh,
that
it's totally not even worth it. This is it's like a gimmick, bro. They're
just trying to make a point.
They're young dumb kids and they like to have fun with shit. And they're like, well, let's just eat 30 days of MREs. Okay, have fun with that, guys.
Walmart does sell freeze-dried shit. I seen it last time I was there and thought that it was weird that there was so much
the gallon fucking cans of freeze-dried everything.
Meat and stuff. Freeze-dried chicken.
I mean, preppers probably go to Walmart. So behooves them to have a little bit of a product for that consumer.
I watched a show about doomsday preppers not that long ago, and
Yes.
they're talking about every fucking, 18 months, 2 years, they got to switch out all the food they buy. So every 2 years, you're spending like a $2,000 on all new food.
You're going to wish you spent that $2,000 when we go into fucking nuclear winter, bro.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I was like, that's a lot. I can understand if it lasts 10 years, that's worth a $2,000 investment for like this food for 6 months will be good for the next 10 years, and if anything happens, like I got food for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 years, that's not very long. Like I feel like if America's going to fall apart, it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to be a slow and then eventual steep drop off, but there's going to be a while where you're like, this is really kind of fucked up. Like things are getting worse and worse gradually. I don't know. That seems weird,
It does.
Even if you bought it right when that starts, it may expire and not be good anymore before like
the downturn.
Before it actually falls off, But
this is why you just got to go full hoarder style with that hoarder chick we talked about a couple of weeks ago, where she was hoarding for the end of America.
Yeah,
she's like, we're gonna need this, man.
Right, all the different like steel and piles of wood and shit. Yeah, that she's like, no, I'm gonna trade all this stuff when the dollar doesn't mean anything. And
you know what you need to utilize all that scrap metal? A foundry.
Yeah.
So you're going to have one of those.
Who has that. Yeah. I watched a fucking, I don't know, that show where people make swords and shit. And what's that called?
Nope.
It's on the History Channel. It's Forged in Fire.
Forged in Fire?
It's all about people making weapons and shit, and then they test it. You would really like that show.
That is cool.
So there was a guy who was from like Kent or something like that, and he had no fucking dollars, and he was forging in the little yard of his apartment building on a satellite dish that he heated up and shaped so that he could put coals in it, and then had a blow dryer hooked up with all this tinfoil to the bottom of it to like as a fucking a bellows,
Dude.
And he was using that and he won this fucking competition.
That's
with that, because you went home on your home fucking forge to make this final thing, and he made this sword on that and won this competition. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was wild as fuck. You should check that out.
I'm going to have to check it out. Something freaked me out, dude. I saw this shadow like shoot across the ceiling. Oh. And I was like, oh shit, do we have a bird or something? And then I realized that it was probably like a moth or something that was cruising across the top light, casting a shadow upwards. Freaked me out for a second. Oh, it was... Never mind. Carolina's putting her makeup on. It's probably her makeup mirror.
But that's about it, I think.
Before we go, one thing. You're talking about eating your nugs.
Yes.
What is your preferred dipping sauce of choice? Other than fucking Szechuan sauce. That fucking Mulan Szechuan sauce.
What? There's I like a buffalo sauce,
okay,
and a barbecue sauce. Not at the same time, but so I can kind of go back and forth,
Interesting.
Like to mix it up a little bit.
A little spicy, a little sweet. A little spicy and sweet.
Yeah, McDonald's used to have a fucking sweet chili sauce, and they don't have that anymore. And ever since then, I haven't bought nugs at McDonald's since then. Man, I'm like, fuck that, because I don't like their barbecue sauce as much. And Burger King has the real buffalo sauce. It's like a little bit thicker. It's like creamier. It's not as thin,
Oh yeah, that's good.
And it's better for dipping. It's heat, bro. That's the way to be.
Fire!
Yeah, and the Burger King nuggets, I'm sure, are changing your DNA, but they're 99 cents, or $1.29 for like 10 of them. I'm sure they're fucking up your DNA, but they're they're mad good for half the year. They're $1 for 10, and
that's insane.
That's too good of a deal to not fucking buy 10 chicken nuggets,
Word.
For $1 here. I don't.
That's, how are you not going to buy those?
It's worth it.
Well, I don't know how you feel about it, but my only dipping sauce for McNuggets, is honey.
Honey?
I always get the honey, and I dip my chicken nugs in the honey, and it is phenomenal.
Is it a cup of honey that they give you?
Yeah, they're like, those little tear off little cuppy things. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you got to try it. It will change your whole life. So next time you go to McDonald's, get yourself some nugs and some honey dipping sauce. Just do it.
All right. Okay. I know. That's really interesting, but I'm down to...
Coming from the guy that's drinking habanero cider, by the way.
Like, McNuggets specifically, you have to dip because they're dry. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you just eat just a McNugget, it's dry. So you have to... Dipping is required, you know? Like
Definitely.
A Wendy's chicken nugget, you don't need to dip a Wendy's chicken nugget. It's fucking... When was the last time you had a Wendy's chicken nugget?
I don't know if I ever have.
Dude, what?
Dude,
Okay, motherfuckers.
you know my thing with fast food, bro. Okay,
Yeah, I know.
I'm very weird.
You're too cultured.
I'm almost 32 years old, and I've never had Taco Bell, and I will die before I go to
You're too
Taco
cultured,
Bell.
and that's why you guys don't eat fast food. And that's what the problem is. Yeah, no, you need to. It's worth it wherever you guys go today, because I'm sure you're not staying here for the rest of the day, because you never do. Stop at a McDonald's or a fucking Wendy's, right? Stop through Wendy's, get a big ass lemonade, because they have like fresh lemonade and not machine shit that has all the pulp. It's delicious.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
Get yourself one of those. Get yourself a 10-piece nugget to share, right?
I'm gonna order
And
McNuggets at Wendy's. See what they say.
You should. I'm sure they'll tell you to go fuck yourself and then give you nuggets anyway. But I'm telling you, it's worth it to get some nugs there.
Very well.
They're better.
Mission accepted.
And they have spicy chicken nuggets too. Get
Okay.
yourself some spicy chicken nuggets.
Ooh. Is it like the same spicy as their fucking spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's? Because that is so good.
Yes.
I love that sandwich at
is.
Wendy's.
One and the same. The sandwich and the nuggets. One and the same.
I loved you said sandwich.
Yeah. You know, the red.
That makes me so happy.
The red kind of like crust. Yeah.
Sandwich.
Yep. Delicious.
Well, on that note, it never fails. We always talk about food on the pre-show.
Yeah, I guess we do. Before we get out of here, we got to hit our personal social media.
Yes.
I'm at alpaca_Donovan on Instagram and at Salt of the Street on Twitter. He is at Big Bird Offie on both of those things. We have Salt of the Streets Instagram, Salt of the Streets Facebook that you're watching us on right now. YouTube is where all the fucking videos go for everything. It's awesome. saltofthestreets.com. You can find everything. That's the personal social medias right there. That's it. Thank you. Have everyone a good fucking weekend. Episode 61. Look out for it on Monday. Peace the fuck out.
Bye, Felicia.